Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be breaking down my trades from 23rd of June 2021. I took 5 trades in total and all of my trades were on Tesla on this day. Let's now straight jump onto my watch list and the stocks I was watching for the day. I post my daily game plan on my Discord group. We also have 2 webinars every single week, trade recaps, member recaps and everything like that. So if you want to be part of my Discord group, the link will be in bio. The stocks I was watching are Tesla, Facebook, NVDA and Amazon. Let's take a look at the bigger picture first and what was happening with SPY and QQQ. Let's now take a look at SPY. SPY is near all-time high. This dip was because of the FOMC meeting, the inflation fears that we had last week, but the dip was quickly brought back up. SPY is again near all-time high. QQQ is the tech sector. It made a new all-time high on 22nd of June and in the pre-market on 23rd of June it was green. In the pre-market the futures were also green, tech sector. Now if QQQ is making all-time high, it will help me with my positions on Tesla and NVDA because these stocks are also part of QQQ, the tech sector. Let's now take a look at Tesla and why I was watching Tesla for today. Tesla has been making this one-day triangle for about a month and 635 is the daily level it was thinking to break in the pre-market. Pre-market it broke 630 level and the pre-market high was around 633-ish. I wanted to capitalize Tesla and buy calls if it breaks 635 towards the upside. If you go back in history and see the price action of Tesla, I would recommend you doing that on the stocks you trade often. I trade Tesla very often. If we look in April, it made a similar triangle on the one-day chart, broke out of the 720 zone, and I remember this day, the high of this day was around 763. Which is around $40-50 move on Tesla, and it was doing the same thing today on 23rd of June. That's why I wanted to be a part of it. The next stock I was watching is Facebook. Facebook made a new all-time high in the pre-market. That is the $340 level, which is a critical level, critical psychological level on Facebook, and all-time high as well. It broke $340 level in the pre-market. I wanted to capitalize on Facebook if I see a good continuation move towards the upside. The next stock I was watching for the day is NVDA. I have been watching this stock for the past 1 month since the stock split news was released. It's been squeezing up like no tomorrow. Now if you drill down to 15 minutes chart and look at the support and resistance zone, this zone that is between the 760 and 766 65-ish has been acting as a support and resistance. If you look here, this has been acting as a support, resistance, resistance, support, support. My play was if it breaks 765 towards the upside, we might see a continuation move towards the upside for the break of all-time high, which is around 775-ish. The next stock I was watching for the day is Amazon. This is another stock that is near all-time high, and a good thing about Amazon, if you go back in history, as I like to do on all the stocks I trade, every time it goes up above 3500, we see a huge rejection. There's no pullback, just a V reversal. Goes up to 3500, pushes down big time. Same thing happened in the last 2 months as well. This time around, I like Amazon because it's been holding around 3500 level. So I'm looking at Amazon for the break of all-time high 3554-ish, which is the all-time high. If we drill down to 15 minutes chart, that's what I like to do on stocks that have been consolidating near all-time high. If it breaks 3520, that's my play. I was looking at the break of 3520 for the break of all-time high. The ATR on Amazon is around $50-60 at this time. So if it breaks 3520, 3550 is not far away. That is the all-time high. We might see a continuation move towards the upside. Let's now take a look at my first trade on Tesla. I saw that in the morning it dipped to 630 level. The R wall is at 120%, which is good because the move is supported by volume. It dipped to 630 level. We saw a lot of buying on the time and sales. We are seeing a lot of green. That means people are hitting the ask. As it broke 633.5, I wanted to catch the break of pre-market high. I got filled 10 contracts, 635 calls, that is at the money at this point, and my fill price was 9.07. My plan for this trade is to take my partial and let my one contract run, because most often on days like these when it's a critical level breakout based on the one-day chart, we see a stock move $20-30, which is the ATR of Tesla. ATR is average true range. This is how much a stock moves on a daily basis on an average. ATR on Tesla at this point is around $25, and that's what I was expecting Tesla to move because of increased R wall and the daily breakout. I saw some kind of weakness around 637 level. That's why I took 5 contracts out at a premium price of 11.05. At 638 level, I took 2 more contracts out, and in total, I'm now holding 3 contracts. I'm just taking my profits here. That's my plan. I'm already in the money. I'm in no rush to take my profits, but as a scalper, my plan is to hold 1 contract and I will take rest out if I see any sort of weakness on the level 2 and on the chart. It made a new high of the day at 639, and I knew that we might see some kind of rejection at 640. That's why I took another contract contract out at 12.45. We saw some sort of consolidation around 640 level, and I know many scalpers like me who missed the initial move up, they will now try to chase it and enter at the break of 640 level, which will again create a buying momentum on days like today when it's a critical level breakout. I am again holding 2 of my contracts. I will take one out at this push because this is a good enough push. I have got around $10 move on Tesla. My entry was at 633.5 and now it's at 643.5. There we go. I took one more contract out at a premium price of 14.86. So I made around $500 on this single contract just by holding my winner. This is now my second trade on Tesla. It made this quick flag pattern. I'm holding one of my contracts from my previous trade. I don't even care about that contract because I'm just learning to test my patience on days like these when it's a critical level breakout. It made this quick flag pattern. I will try to enter at least 650 calls, 15 contracts at a premium price of 7.45. I was not able to get filled, unfortunately, so I canceled my order. I will see what happens at 644 and I will try again to get filled, maybe 10 contracts. I'm reducing my size now because I wasn't able to get a good fill. So instead of taking 15 contracts, I'm going a bit out the money, 650 calls. I'm not trading 645 now, and I will be reducing my size from 15 to 10. At the break of 645, I got filled 10 contracts at a premium price of 8.03. I'm clearly in the money now. My contracts are up around $40 per contract. I'm holding 10 contracts, but I'm not seeing the quick push up like Tesla usually does, and it has already been extended on the 5-minute chart. It has moved $15 for the day. I wasn't feeling very comfortable about this trade. That's why I took 5 of my contracts out very quickly at a premium price of 8.40. It's holding 646 at this point. My stop loss for this trade is that if it does not hold 646, I will take my whole position out. And as it broke 646 towards the downside, I'm not liking it anymore. That's why I took 5 more contracts out at a premium price of 8.45, making it a good winner. I made around $420, $430 on this trade, investing $8,000, which is 5%, not a good enough percentage. But my stop loss was very small on this trade. So I entered at the break of 645. I knew that if 645 failed to hold, I will exit my position. So this was quick in and out like a scalper trade. And this is what I like to do usually on the daily basis. This is my third trade on Tesla because Tesla was making this flag on the 5 minutes and the 1 minute chart. It's been consolidating between 648 and 645 for the past 15 minutes. That's why I like this trade a lot for the break of 650 towards the upside, which is a good psychological level and a critical level on the 1-day chart. That's why I increased my size on this position. I got filled 15 contracts at a premium price of 8.30, and I'm looking for Tesla to break 650, which will make it a good winner for the day. But as I saw this wick on the break of the flag, I was not liking this position anymore because what happens a lot of times also, Tesla fakes us out and it will go under 645. And I knew if I hold it until 645, being a scalper, I will lose a good amount of money because any premiums pull back on the options now. Tesla has made a huge move up and the volume component of the premiums is a lot, the volatility component. Any pullbacks are going to hurt my premiums a lot. That's why I exited my position, taking a big loss on this trade. I had 15 contracts. I got filled at 8.30. That was my buying. And I sold all of my 15 contracts at 7.75, making it a big loser for the day. But the good thing I did as a trader, if I look at my entries and exits, it's not that bad. I entered and I accepted the loss. I got out. I was not looking where my premiums are at. I was not hoping for Tesla to go back up because if it goes back up, I can always take a back seat, reevaluate the position, and I can enter again. This is now my fourth trade on Tesla, and unfortunately I got faked out because I entered here. I had a very good entry. I got out with a big loss, but now I'm liking this trade because it's squeezing up about the flag and I see a lot of volume coming in on this candle. If you look at the 1 minute chart, I see a lot of green, time and sale speeding up. Now this is the confirmation of the break of the flag. That's why I took another 15 contracts at a premium price of 8.56. And again, on this trade, my stop loss is really small. If I'm increasing my size, I'm only risking maybe $500-700 on this trade. I won't be doing it like my previous trade. I waited for a confirmation, increase in volume. I know that if it breaks the flag, 650 level, it can break and it's worth the risk to reward. At the break of 649.5, I took 5 of my contracts out at a premium price of 9.41 because on the Bookmap, that is a software I use to see orders where the orders are stacked up, we had a huge level and a huge order about 120,000 shares at 650 level. I expected some kind of rejection there just to lock in my profits because I took 15. So I'm only taking 30%, 33% of my position out at this point. I'm holding 10 contracts to see if 650 breaks or not. On this pullback, I got stopped out of my contracts. This is just because it's my rule. If I'm green on a trade, my entry price was at 8.56. I won't let that trade go negative on me. That's my rule, and I stick to that rule every single day. I have been sticking to that rule for the past 2 years. And if I hold these 10 contracts, I might lose $600, $700 on this trade. So always my rule says if I have taken profits on a trade, I will get out at break even. I won't let those partial contracts go negative on me. As I saw that the premiums are coming back down to 8.6, 8.5, my entry is at 8.56. I don't want to go negative on this trade. That's why I took 10 of my contracts out, the remaining position at a premium price of 8.65. In total, I made $500 on this trade. It's not a good percentage wise. I only made 3-4% on this trade. But again, I'm just sticking to my rules. As a trader, you can't just be part of every single move. My last trade was again on Tesla for the break of 650. It was making a quick triangle near the 650 area. That's why I wanted to catch the break of 650. I tried to place my order before the break of 650. I wasn't able to get filled, but eventually I got filled 15 contracts at a premium price of 9.85. I'm already up around $4,000 for the day, so I'm just risking my profits here to see what happens with this trade. Now 650 was a major level. I saw a lot of orders stacked up at 650. I use Bookmap as well. That is a software that shows you graphically where the orders are stacked up. I saw around 120,000 shares at 650 level. So this sort of pullback is kind of expected because if a critical level breaks, sometimes if the buyers just hold it above 649.5, the trade idea is still intact and I don't want to exit my position prematurely. I'm giving it room until 649.5 or 4ish to see if the buyers step up again and take it above 650 level. Tesla pushed back above 650 level. It's breaking 651 level. That's why I took 5 of my contracts out at 10.20. I'm not liking this trade a lot because it's failing to hold 650 level. Every time it pushes to 651, we see a lot of red on the time and sales. I covered all my position at a premium price of 10.00. In total, I made $325 on this trade. I hope you guys haven't forgotten, but I'm still holding my one contract from my initial entry at 633.75 where I took 10 contracts. I'm holding 10% of my position and my profit target is 655. And I got filled for that one contract at 22.47. If you don't remember, my entry price was at 9.07. So I made $1,300 on this one contract. I have been testing this because as a scalper like me, I am learning to test my patience a bit on days like today. When it's a critical level breakout, we see a lot of traders taking the same trades. The reason of me taking my profit at 655 is again the ATR. Average to range of Tesla is around $25 to $30 these days. I know that on days like today, it can easily move at least its ATR because it's been supported by volume. The R vol is 189%, which is it's 1.89 times the average volume on Tesla that it does. And the low of the day is at 630, the high of the day is at 655. That was my profit target because now Tesla has moved $25 for the day. I can safely take my profits out. As a scalper like me, this is a big achievement for me, holding 10% of my position because I'm a very impatient guy. But I have been testing this to test my patience with very small size that the contract size doesn't affect me. I'm testing this with only 10% of my initial position. Moving forward, I'm comfortable because this was a critical level breakout. Now, when this happens again, moving forward, if it does, I might hold 20-30% of my position and maybe moving forward after a month or two, 50% of my position. This just gives me a bit of confidence that, okay, on days like today, I can kind of day trade it and go based on the 5-minute chart because sometimes scalpers like us, we miss the bigger picture. If you look at the 5 minutes, it pulled back, made a flag, pulled back to the 9 AMA, and then we saw a next push up. In theory, if I would have held my whole position from the start, I would have made $13,000, but I can't think like that because I can't change my mentality overnight. That's what I'm doing. I'm only risking 10% of my position. Moving forward, I will increase it to 20, sometimes maybe 30%, and that's a review that I'm giving to myself. That's it, guys. These are all my trades for the day. I took 5 trades in total. 4 of them were winner and 1 was loser. My review to myself is that the good things I did. First thing, my entry was on point at the open. I saw that the dip is quickly getting bought back up. I was able to gather the overall picture, the bigger picture of the market, and I had a really good entry in the morning. That is the good thing I did. Second good thing, that is a personal achievement for me, is that I held my 10% of my position all the way to around high of the day. High of the day on this day was 657.58, and I almost caught 90% of the move, which is a really good thing. And moving forward, I can apply the same strategy and maybe hold 20-30% of my position. Now, a personal review to myself is that I can be at fault for expecting the same kind of results every single day, because not every single day we see a critical level breaking on Tesla, Facebook, or NVDA. I just have to wait for my opportunities and capitalize on days like today, because sometimes what I do as a trader, I have been working on myself every single day. That's what you have to do. Even traders who have been trading for 10 plus years, they are improving every single day, because market is changing every single day. So if you stop improving, you're gonna get in the backseat and start losing your account. If I expect the same kind of day every single day, I end up losing big amount of money. So my review to myself is to take it slow and wait for days like today. On the days I can capitalize, on rest of the days I have to keep my losers really small, because sometimes I get in the mindset, okay, I made $10,000 today, I can expect the same day tomorrow, but that's not how trading works. That's a review to myself. That's what I have been doing sometimes wrong. I'm increasing my size on plays that are not A plus on the higher time frames. Saying that, I would like to conclude this video, because I have mentioned all the good things and the bad things I do with my trading. If you have any questions, post a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you're doing a huge mistake, because I post a lot of good trading reviews, recaps, my PNL and everything like that on Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, because it helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.